Food and Beverage Services, Lesson Information 1.3. Our topic is Preparing Service Station and Equipment, Utensils and Supplies. Furniture used in a restaurant. Furniture. This is usually made of wood or combination of other materials. This is very important in the dining areas for the customer feel comfortable for dining. Careful selection and choosing a design must be considered to add a very good ambience in the restaurant. Tables. It generally comes in three shapes: round, square, and rectangle. Some shapes are trapezoid, serpentine, and half rounds. Chairs. Sizes and shape of chairs will vary, but all should be sturdy, large enough to sit guests comfortably, and clean. Chairs should also be checked for rough edges of legs that can snag on guest clothing. It includes Tiffany straight back padded chairs, stacking chair, folding chair, and molded chair. Other furniture. It includes flambe trolley used by restaurants with tableside preparation. In French service or captain, it prepares dishes in the cart. It is positioned beside the guest table. Table service utensils, linens, and other restaurant supplies. Table service utensils, linens, and other restaurant supplies. These materials are used to cover the table to look more elegant and gives beauty in the table setup. Table skirting may also be used, usually in a buffet style of table service. Therefore, tablecloth is very important in setting up the table. Tablecloth. It is used to cover dining table and it should be large enough to cover the top as well as the portion of the legs of the table. Table napkin. A piece of cloth used to wipe lips or fingers or to protect our guests' clothes. Top cloth. This is designed to be laid over the tablecloth to protect it from spillage and provide it a longer life. Other items and supplies. It includes salt and pepper shaker, toothpick holder, bill folder, tent cards, table runners, candle holder, flower base, trays, menu cards or boards, and high chairs. Pickup and cleaning of equipment and supplies. In pickup and cleaning of equipment and supplies, first, have a list of items to be picked up and to be installed at the service station to make sure nothing is left out. Second, bring the requested items in a trolley or bus pan. Follow the guidelines as follows. For chinaware, it must be piled up by tents to avoid accidental breakage. For glassware, it must be put in a glass rack. And for flatware, it must be put in a flatware rack or utility box container by type. If plates are to be carried by hand, do it in a way that they are secured in both hands. Check for damages and remove them from service. Damaged ones should be recorded in the breakages and losses report. Cleaning, wiping, and polishing tableware. In cleaning, wiping, and polishing tableware, first, prepare clean and dry wiping cloths. Make sure that ones intended for wiping utensils and service equipment are separated from those used in wiping hands and wiping tables. Second, dry flatware and chinaware using clean, dry cloth. Do not dry them in electric pan as the air that circulates may be carrying dust and dirt. Next is to wipe or polish chinaware and glassware on the following step. First, use a sizable polishing cloth. Thoroughly wipe and polish all surfaces of plates and glassware. Then, wipe the rim and make sure that all surfaces are thoroughly dry. Do not leave finger marks on it. Next is to turn to the back of the plates and wipe dry the back surface. For glasswares, bring the wiping cloth into inside surfaces of the glass and wipe thoroughly. Wipe the rim and the base. Hands should not leave finger marks on the glassware. And finally, place the cutleries inside the wiping cloth and thoroughly wipe the handle, the blades of the knife, and the mouth of the spoon and the tines of the fork. Sanitation measures during mise en place and setup. Mise en place, the French term which means to set everything in place and you have everything ready and in its place. In the food and beverage service operation, it represents the basic preparations before the setup and the service of food and drinks, which includes gathering and assembling of all needed service equipment and supplies, setup of service station, cleaning, polishing chinaware, glassware, flatware, and hollowware. Sanitation measures during mise en place and setup. First, only clean and sanitized glasses, cutleries, chinaware, and other equipment shall be set up and to be used for service. Second, equipment should not be exposed to contamination. Keep them in closed drawers or cabinets. Third, all service equipment must be air dried to protect them from watermarks. Number 4, all glassware, chinaware, and cutleries should be completely dry before placing in the service station. Number 5, when setting cutleries, carry them to the table in a tray or plate underlined with tablecloth to avoid direct hand contact. And number 6, never place cutleries directly on tables or counters. Use tablecloth to cover the table. Number 7, have bowls underlined with appropriate plate and never to be set up or served with finger touching them. Number 8, never set up or return to the station any cutlery that has fallen on the floor. Number 9, always wash wares within 30 minutes after use. And finally, handle glasses and dinnerware properly, not touching the sensitive surfaces used for eating. Preparing the service station and stocking the sideboard. To maximize the flow of service, it is advisable to install a service cabinet or sideboard or wait station in the restaurant. The shelves must be covered to prevent dust and dirt to get into tableware. Items placed on the sideboard must be checked daily for cleanliness and condition. Each item should be clean, free from spots and smudges, without chips or damage. Any chipware must be removed from the service station. Proper handling of service equipment. Management invests substantial amount in supplies and equipment. Service staff are expected that these equipments are handled gently and carefully. Staff should be sanitation and safety conscious. Table utensils should be handled in the right spot. Stem glass by the stem, footed glass by the base, flatware by the handle. Bowls should never be held by the rim. Use the appropriate underliners. The thumb should never show on the plate. When setting up cutleries and glassware, avoid leaving finger marks by using trays or by securing them inside a cloth napkin. To prevent breakage, be conscious of the rules of equipment handling. The breakages are usually caused by the following factors. First, mechanical impact. This refers to contact of glasses with other equipment and hard surfaces. When this happens, a small abrasion is created which will weaken the surface and probably increase the chance of breakage and chipping. Next is by thermal shock. Results of sudden change of temperature from cold to hot temperature or vice versa, resulting to cracks or breakage. Next is improper handling and misuse of equipment. Using the equipment for a purpose it was not intended for, such as using a cup to scoop ice or using knives for opening cans. Next is the inattentiveness or absent-mindedness. Accident will often occur when service personnel are absent-minded or are inattentive in executing services, especially when they are carrying breakable equipment. Number 5, environmental factors. A greasy or wet sleepy floor, broken tiles, blind door may cause breakage to tableware. Tent cards, also known as table tents, are triangular displays. They are folded in a way that it is readable from both sides of the displays. Its primary purpose is to show menu or the specialty of the day. They can also be used to advertise products and services or promote discounts. Hostesses use them on dining table as place card. They may be color coordinated for the event and may contain designs or photos. Table tents may also be engraved by printer or made on color copier. They may be embellished with ribbon, glitter, silk flowers, beads, or pearls. A time to remember. This is Maylene Huliganga. Thank you for watching.